It was 2 years ago and my world turned upside down. It started in the morning. We were happy, Ben and I, pregnant, 34 weeks, getting ready to go for a scan at the hospital. And we were so filled with excitement of being parents, and we were planning our life, all our hopes and dreams for this beautiful, happy life together with our daughter. And just a few hours later, everything had changed. Our life was turned completely upside down, and I left that appointment knowing that both Ben and our beautiful daughter, Billy Rose, weren't expected to live. Our story is just one of 15 in this book that we want to publish about exceptional children who have life-limiting conditions. Life-limiting conditions that they're either born with or develop, and for which there's no cure. We want to publish this book because within it there's exceptional stories of beautiful children and their wonderful families, and we get to share a journey that is rarely seen. It's a hidden world, and within it you get to feel the love, the laughter, the tears, the sadness, the challenges that they're facing, we face every day. And you'll see how these lives are really worth living, whether it's just for a few weeks or a number of years. There's heartache and it is hard work, but the lessons that we learn from these gorgeous children really teach us about the value of life, and they teach us to bring the joy in every moment. And by reading these stories, we're hoping that other parents that have just gone through a recent diagnosis for one or more of their children will see how we've coped, how we've brought sunshine into these shadows, because it's an overwhelming situation when you first hear the diagnosis, the news that your child isn't going to live for very long. It's the news that Ben couldn't recover from. He just couldn't deal with it. But we have gone through these journeys, and we want to reach out to other families that are going to go through it to help them find their new normal, because you do find a new normal. We have wonderful times with our children, and we want to open that up to share it. We want to help people feel less isolated and know that there's people out there that understand, and that there's organisations that can help them. The book celebrates the gift of life. These children, they grab life by all that they've got, they go out and live it, they value it, and they make us reevaluate our life as well. You start grieving from the moment that you hear the diagnosis, but you also at the same time recognise that you now have to enjoy every single moment that you have, every day that you have. The children, they have different needs. They may not all look like normal children. They may not be able to do a lot of the things that other people just take for granted. But the joy that they bring, the way that they grasp life just has so much to teach all of us. And they're children at the end of the day, and they just want to be treated like children and enjoy all the things that children enjoy, and the families just rally around to make sure that that happens in their life. And I think that sometimes people are a bit scared. This world is hidden and people get scared, they don't know what to say or do around families. And so hopefully this book maybe can open up to a wider audience as well what life's like if you're life limited and your child is life limited, that you can still have a wonderful time together. And maybe it will help break down the barriers between able and disabled people, and help people know to just treat children like children, to have a laugh with them, to have a smile, to have a joke, not walk past the wheelchair and be scared, but to actually just embrace them, because they're going to have a lot to teach us about life. We also hope that professionals will read the book, because although there's great organisations out there and you meet wonderful professionals that help you become your friend, there's also a fight involved, and you sometimes have to fight for treatment for your children. Sometimes there's families that have to just fight for the bare necessities to survive, and so hopefully this book will open professionals' minds and help them consider and review some of their procedures and protocols around this. The money raised from selling the book will go to 2 wonderful charities that have helped all of us. They've been vital in our journey. Children's Hospice Southwest, which have 3 houses, and they offer respite care, fun, laughter, celebration of the lives of the children that we're with, and help us make really happy memories, and they become our best friends and advocates. They help us at the end of life for the child to make even that a beautiful experience. And when our child dies, when they're not with us anymore, there's a massive gap, and they are there to help and support us for as long as we need. They phone, we go to remembering days, and we can remember the joy that they brought us, and also allow the sadness to flow. The other charity is Jessie May Hospice at Home, and they give vital support to families at home who also need some respite when they're home, just to have a few hours off, because when you're a full-time carer you don't get to have time off. You're with your child 24/7, and it is tiring. Although it's beautiful, it is tiring, and people need a break. And the hospice, Children's Hospice Southwest and Jessie May, are vital to family survival, and they're living, especially for a long time. They can live for a number of years, and it's a dedication, and you need breaks in that. So that the money from the books will go to them is a beautiful ripple-on effect from how much they've given us. Also, as a rippling follow-on from the book, is we will be putting together a website that will help other families share their stories. Everybody that's been involved in writing this book has benefited so much from the therapeutic writing of our story, to get it out there, to process our journey, and having a website that has a forum for other people to put their stories on will be of great value. And also, like I said, when you're full-time carer for your child, you don't get to go out very much, you're not meeting very many people, you're isolated. And to have the little click of a button, a website where other people could be on, sharing your stories, sharing your joy, sharing your sorrow, giving hints and tips, it would be absolutely brilliant, and it will help connect all of us together. When you learn that your child will die, it's the worst information that you could ever be told. And there's families that are living with this day and night. We've lived through the stories, and also as the children grow and develop, they have to bear that knowledge as well. And it's strange because ultimately we actually all die, and also none of us know what will happen to us or our children at any point. So the lessons that you can learn from our journey are very important for everybody, because these children teach us to live every moment fully. So this is us. We're a small club that no one ever wants to join, yet I feel honoured to be part of it with these remarkable children and their families. And also, it could happen to anybody. And if it did happen to you, how would you cope? Our stories show how we cope, and we want that to help other people shine through the shadows that they're going through. So please help us to get this book published and donate now.